Hello.
And
Welcome
to Film
Bastards.
Hello and welcome to episode 445 of Film Bastards. This is weird. We are recording on a Monday. We never record on a Monday.
It's like when a football match is on like a fucking Thursday. It's like, and it's
Yeah.
not Europa League. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. It's weird, but it's cool. We are easing our way into our weeks. It won't be Monday when you hear this.
Something else I can help with?
No, Siri. My name is Ian Loring, and as always, I'm joined by...
Mark Foster. Hello, everybody.
Hello indeed. Becky is en route. She will be with us at some point through the show. Coming up on this week's show, quite an eclectic double banger of a review, this.
Yeah.
We've got Disney Plus's Chip'N'Dale Rescue Rangers, a film which, pre the trailer coming out, you would never think we were going to fucking review, but here we are. And we're going to have a catch-up review of the Blumhouse-produced Zefron starring Firestarter. We'll also talk some news. We've got some trailers. My word, have we got some trailers. Fucking cinema is fucking back and slapping you in the face with its big old dick.
Yeah.
And I've got a few what we watched. I'm sure there'll be a few what we watched for the group. Pod Syndicate podcast. We are. Also, his film, her movie, the Iron sequel, Chinstroker vs. Punter, Entertainment Landfill, and the Rewatch Project. Listen to all those fine feathered podcasts and support our fine feathered friends. And on the Patreon this week, we are going to be concluding our I'd Buy That for a Bastard marathon as we take a look at Paul Verhoeven's last to date English language American produced film, the skeezy Hollow Man.
It's so skeezy.
It is so skeezy. We will get into it. We've not recorded that yet, and I am fucking looking forward to recording that one, I must say. But we have an entire bastards to record first. So, what has been going on in the movie news world this week? Cannes is happening, and protesters seem to be flocking to Cannes, like flies to poop. There have been 2 red carpet protests so far. Doesn't necessarily seem like it's particularly targeted at the festival, more than it's just a big stage for these things to happen.
Yep.
I suppose we'll talk about that really with trailers, because there's been some kind of Cannes related trailer content. But it seems to be film wise, relatively subdued one so far. Like Crimes of the Future plays today as we record.
Yes, it does.
So I'm looking forward to hearing more about that film. I have to see at some point.
Yeah.
That new poster for it is very upsetting.
It is, isn't it? All the ears. Yeah.
Yeah, don't like it. Kill it with fire.
Yeah. I can't quite put my finger on why it made me feel weird, but it made me feel weird.
Because ears shouldn't be on those body parts.
It is a little bit like that, I think. Yeah, I'm a little bit like, how many of those work?
I don't think many of those ears work. Donna is working in the hallway down by me, and I don't think she's paying attention. No, she just looked. She is. I bet it's just Crimes of the Future is not going to be a date film. I'll say that for free.
It very much is not.
Jesus wept. I don't want it to be an Ian film.
It's like it's designed to make you uncomfortable.
Mate, like, just... I mean, fair play to Neon for that marketing, because they are doing a job.
They're building some really good buzz, aren't they?
I mean, just in terms of, like, what the fuck is this? All right, then, fine.
Yeah, that's it. If you'd have said to me Cronenberg is releasing a new film this year, I'd have been like, all right, I'll look forward to catching that on like a streaming service that it's going to end up on. I didn't think it'd be like, no, in like a few weeks I'm going to be able to go and see it in a cinema.
Yep. Donna's just texted me saying an Ian film like 50 Shades of Grey or Magic Mike. No, Don, just watch the trailer for Crimes of the Future on YouTube and you'll see exactly why it's not a me film. Yeah, okay. I'm saying that purely to give you some context. You shouldn't watch that trailer. Okay. But, oh, my word. Yeah, so, Crimes of the Future. Jesus fucking Christ. For some reason, my Skype connection is absolutely fine, but I can't get on either Deadline or The Hollywood Reporter. Which is weird. Because there have been a couple of, like, Cannes film deals that have gone through. Netflix, if memory serves, is spending $50 million of money they apparently don't have on something, but I can't remember what it is. Let me get my fucking phone. What is going on with my Wi-Fi where I can hold a Skype conversation, but it won't load a web page? You still there?
I am indeed.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, no, I'm here.
Well, it was going to give up at some point.
I am still here.
Oh, he is still there. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to look this up now. Right. So, what have we got? So I'm now on the Wi-Fi on my phone, and that is loading Deadline. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Could we... no, I don't want to know how long the runtime for the Stranger Things episodes are.
Do you not? Because everybody wants to tell you.
Fuck. All I will say is I'm glad I stopped watching that fucking show, because fuck that.
I got one episode into it, and turned around to Becky, and she went, "What do you think?" I was like, I don't want to watch anymore.
Yeah, no, yeah, right choice. Right choice.
Do you know what? I'm sure it's great, and a lot of people seem to like it, but I did not care.
Yeah. Absolutely. I watched the first season, and I think I watched the first episode of season 2, and was just, yeah, done. God damn it. Right, here we go. Oh, no, fuck, I had it then. Bloody hell, Deadline with all your pop-ups, you big twat. Right, so, David Yates, the director of The Secrets of Bimblebomb, is directing Pain Hustlers, starring Emily Blunt. Said to be tonally similar to The Big Short, American Hustle, and The Wolf of Wall Street, centres on a high school dropout dreaming of a better life for her and a young daughter, who lands a job with a failing pharmaceutical startup, and she soon finds herself at the centre of a criminal conspiracy with deadly consequences. I'll watch that.
Yep.
It makes me laugh that Netflix are like, yeah, we're losing subscribers, but here's $50 million.
Yeah. I think their big thing, I mean, that's another bit of news there, isn't it? Netflix apparently going to release the Knives Out sequels in cinemas.
And it makes all the sense in the world.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I saw today that the Grey Man they're giving a 1-week theatrical exclusive window to as well.
Mm. And do you know what? I'll go and see that in the cinema. Because it's one where I look at it and go, if that had landed on Netflix, had it been on at the cinema, I'd have gone at the cinema to see that.
This is the thing, right? So, like, the difference with Knives Out is the fact they're saying that, like, it could be like a 45-day window. The people who want to see it in those first 45 days, they go to the cinema, they spend the money, Netflix bank that money. The people who aren't that bothered about it will just watch it after the 45 days, like they would have watched it the same day as it coming out in the fucking cinema.
Yeah, it comes out. It just comes out. It's almost like people will complain, but it's like no. This is exactly what you want, because if let's say. This isn't like when The Batman came out and then 45 days later it came out to rent and to buy. This is getting released in a cinema, a month and a half later is dropping on your streaming service. For me, that's the perfect world. I am fine with that. And if studios can go, do you know what? We're not going to make... $700-800 million on this one fucking movie. But what we are going to be able to do is maybe make $150-200 million, and we're getting that $6 streaming dollar coming through the door.
And it makes the film more of an event. The thing is, for a while, this film is like it's going to be out on Netflix like the first day it's out anywhere. That had a hook to it for a while. But now, people are so used to that it's just like, yeah, all right, that's on cool, I suppose. Putting films in the cinema, post-COVID, the box office results are showing that it does create a demand for that. When it then comes out on a streaming service, it gives it more of a desirability because it was like, oh shit, that was out in the cinema and now it's at home. It makes all the sense in the world. And the thing, The Grey Man, even though it's only a week exclusive, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, it's Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans. I'll go see that in the cinema the week before it comes out. The Showcase by me will play it. They usually play the Netflix exclusive stuff. I'll happily pay some money to go see that. But Knives Out 2, having a 45-day window, like that is going to make bank.
Yeah.
If Netflix in their marketing are absolutely clear saying in cinemas, like, I don't know, November 1st, on Netflix, December 15th, people will go, oh shit, alright, let's go out to the cinema to see it. But they need to make that clear in the marketing. Because if you put the Netflix logo in there and don't make that clear, people are just going to go, I'll watch that on Netflix.
But then I think a lot of the people there will just watch it on Netflix on the date that it arrives on Netflix.
Sorry, say that again?
I don't think they're going to be... I don't think people as much pay attention to the dates that it arrives on Netflix. They just wait for Netflix to tell them when it's there.
I mean, to be fair, Netflix do a good job of telling you that something's there. If it was on Amazon Prime, you'd have to, I don't know, buy some washing powder and then it would send you a notification 3 days later that if you type in the title of the film but with an E instead of an R, then you'll see it fourth result down.
Yeah. I mean, just quickly on Amazon, right? Amazon bought fucking MGM, literally. Amazon bought MGM. It seems like with the sole purpose of just having the Bond movies and being able to have those, and then when we'll drop them on a Tuesday. All of them could just go on fucking Prime on a Tuesday. All right, that's fucking cool. In 4K. No. Why? I don't know. So you'd have a reason? No. But they're already actually on there on 4K that if people want to rent them or anything like that, surely we just take away the rental thing and it's just there. No, don't do that. It's baffling.
That's so dumb.
That I'm looking at it now. No Time to Die, and it's not in 4K.
I mean, it's making me feel better about having the entire James Bond collection on iTunes. I'll say that.
It just, I don't get it. I can watch Mamma Mia the movie in 4K. I can watch
Really?
on Amazon Prime. Right? I can watch Sing 2 in 4K on Amazon Prime. Right?
But not No Time to Die. That's
But fucking not the Bond films.
That's mad. And oh god, like they were like 4K masters done like a decade ago, and they look great. But yeah, they did them a while back, but they do look good. That's crazy.
Waterworld, there you go, 4K.
Fuck's sake. Did you see the big announcement from Cannes that I thought would have you fucking jazzed? I don't think we've even talked about this in WhatsApp.
Which one's that?
Law-abiding sequel. Law-abiding sequel.
fucking
Law-abiding
go.
citizens getting a sequel.
Is it? Fucking hell. I mean, you know when they say it's the sequel nobody asked for? It is the sequel nobody asked for, but loads of people will be, ooh.
Yeah. But isn't it, though?
Yeah. Fucking hell. That film is just a perfection of... But hang on a minute. What? Moments within it that does not care at all about any of those. Well, wait a minute. Moments. It's really easy for him to break out of prison. The fact that he goes, I'm going to kill everyone. It's like, that's really unspecific, Gerard. Like, everyone who? Just everyone.
Isn't it... forgive me if I'm getting this twisted, but isn't it that he sneaks in and out of prison?
Yeah. Via a toilet.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
he
Yeah.
just goes... He just opens... He just like, fucking unpicks the toilet and then just goes at the back and there's a little walkway from a fucking walk down. like the prison system haven't gone... You know that tunnel that's behind the fucking plumbing? Yeah. Should we put a camera down there? Nah. Be fine.
I mean, good on Gerard Butler, though, because he's got this little cottage industry of, like, surprise sequels. Like, Greenland's apparently getting a sequel. Den of Thieves is getting a sequel. And it just...
Den of Thieves is getting a sequel for the simple fact is that apparently it was in the top 10 watched movies on Netflix for 14 months running.
But, I mean, it is, like, a Netflix film.
Yeah.
Like, utterly fucking disposable, pretty enjoyable. Like, that's the kind of fucking Netflix original content I want to see.
The thing is, Gerard Butler might not get too many people to the cinema. A Gerard Butler Certificate 15 film might not get it enough for what they would consider, you know, that's going to be fucking foolproof, we're going to make bank on that no matter what, to the cinema. He might not. But those motherfuckers who will go, do you know what, I can't be asked to go to the cinema, or cinema's got way too expensive now, or whatever, will on Netflix go bang on a Saturday night. Yeah, I'll watch that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, without wanting to bring it down to being too trite, the guy will go, ooh, action, and the girl will go, ooh, Gerard Butler. But, you know, as ridiculous as it sounds, that is true.
What I mean, the thing is, though, like, in your household, Bex is going, ooh, action and Gerard Butler.
Yeah. And I'm going, ooh,
Solid.
action, and Gerard Butler.
Yeah, no, I mean, there is that as well. He'd take you for a ride.
I still haven't watched Den of Thieves, and it feels like an incredibly me movie.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah. You very, very need... It's like someone shit tried to remake Heat.
The thing is, that sounds great.
I mean, but there is some joy to that though. Like that's the thing.
Yeah, if that was on the poster and it just said "Den of Thieves" and the tagline was just a shitty heat, I reckon loads of people would have gone to see it.
Just call it Sheet, SHEAT.
I am going to watch that at some point in the next couple of weeks.
I feel that's a very Mark film. Maybe not quite as vibey as Beck's watching In the Mouth of Madness. Maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That was just absolute kismet. That was. But
that was planets align.
Yeah. Straight up. Good. Okay. So, I kind of don't want to talk trailers without Bex.
I don't think she'll have had a chance to watch it yet.
Oh shit! Can we get a live? We need to get some live reactions out of her for it.
I think we can talk. We can talk it now, and then we'll get some live reactions out of her when she watches it. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's keep this trainer rolling then. So, trailers. Obviously, there's been others as well. So, just before I started recording, I watched the trailer for Moon Age Daydream.
Oh yes, yeah.
I will watch that in IMAX if it's available to me. I love that they're putting that on in IMAX.
Yes, it feels I'm the same. It's like, go on then.
If they're going with an immersive cinematic experience and it's Bowie, yeah. Let's. IMAX being. I'm a little worried about IMAX diluting its brand by being applied to too many things, but if there's a reason for it in the material, and it kind of feels like maybe there is going to be with Moon Age Daydream, because apparently it's like animated sequences and things as well, then absolutely let's go.
I think there's an element of IMAX are wanting to go, look, we're not just for blockbusters, we can do spectacle as well. And the fact that, from what I assume, from what I've read, with the fact that they had to make completely new IMAX cameras for Tenet, it's made it easier now for other films to shoot in IMAX.
Yeah, and I mean, it's even, like, they don't necessarily, like, even, this is the thing, it's like, with IMAX, you can have films that are in IMAX but don't actually shoot with IMAX cameras, and they just, like, open the mat and have that, like, I went to see that anime Belle, and they had that in IMAX, but none of it was actually the full IMAX framing, but it was... like this trailer said, it was immersive, like the whole kind of like cyber world of it. It really pulled you into that, and I could see why they used IMAX for that. And it's like, I want that with Moon Age Daydream as well. It's like, let's kind of get into the mind of David Bowie for a couple of hours. And that feels like something that could almost require IMAX.
Yeah, that's it. It adds. It just adds a different tone to the experience, I think.
Yeah, for sure. It's and you know, obviously, like the estate are supportive of this one. Obviously from the trailer. So it. And this is the thing. It's like with Bowie, I'm not necessarily all that interested in a kind of like a warts and all kind of thing. It's just like if it's like. Just a documentary about the effect of the man and like the effect he had on people. Yeah, cool. You know, let's do that. I'm looking forward to it. It feels like it's not going to be a traditional documentary, and that makes me feel kind of better about it, not like it having the full cooperation of the estate.
Yeah, apparently it's very much not a biopic or a documentary. It's kind of an experience.
Cool. Sounds fucking brilliant. So that will be with us later this year, I think.
I think it is, yeah.
Okay. What else have we got? Noel is very ticked off about some football manager being interviewed.
I'm guessing it's Ten Hag.
Oh shit! Yeah. All right. Right. What else have you got, bud?
What else have I got? I have actually missed a couple, I think, but I have actually also caught a couple. I watched the Resurrection trailer that we missed last week. I will say that looks creepy as fuck.
It looks intense.
Yes. Prey.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting this movie exists.
Just want to get
why this movie exists.
Just want to get a little bit ranty for just a second.
Go on.
So when this trailer came out, people were just like, I can't believe this is a Hulu original. Like, you know, people want to see Predator films on the big screen. Look up the grosses of the last two Predator films. Now, I absolutely am in that same boat. If I could watch this in the cinema, I would watch this in the cinema. But being, I can't believe they're doing this, is fucking myopic. It's not, I can't believe they're doing this. It's, I don't want them to do this. And that are two very different things. These films have some pop culture significance, but they don't make money.
No. The fact is, I think that if you look at it, I would hazard a guess to say that I think the only Predator movie that has made money, a significant amount of money, was Predator. Predator 2 lost money. Predators made a little bit of money.
And it did like 50 million domestic in the US.
The Predators, but it made 120, just shy of 130 worldwide.
That even in 2010, that's not a barnstormer.
No, it's definitely not. Not off a budget of like 60 million. So it probably just about broke even. And the Predator probably just lost money. 160 million. And that was heavily marketed.
Yeah, it was. And I mean, just like Shane Black coming off of Nice Guys and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang doing that. And that film, I you can almost guarantee was not Shane Black's fault. Like, that got away from everybody in post-production. But this is the thing. So Prey, if it's a relatively... If it's a conservatively budgeted film, never mind. It's, the people in the foundation of America being hunted by the Predator. It's the Predator versus fucking bows and arrows and sticks, which is a great concept, but also one that probably doesn't need to cost a lot of money. And this is probably pretty low risk for Disney.
Yeah. It's interesting enough that I will watch it, but I'm a little bit like, but I'm very much like, but why?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, at least it's a different angle on it.
Yeah, and that's it. I'm more interested in that than if it was just another... It was just another jobbing director doing a really bad Predator sequel.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Dan Trachtenberg is interesting. He's only made the one film so far, but he's done other things. I remember quite enjoying 10 Cloverfield Lane. I only watched it the once.
I remember enjoying it, thinking there was definitely something there, but it kind of... I think it was let down by the fact that they tacked it on as being a Cloverfield movie after it.
I've only watched it the once in the cinema, and yet I own it on iTunes. I think I'm going to stop saying iTunes now because iTunes basically doesn't exist. It's more Apple TV.
Yeah. I own it on Apple.
Sorry. Yeah, I think that makes more sense. So yeah, I'm gonna watch it before Prey. And it's I would very much like to see this in the cinema, but I'd like to see a lot of films in the cinema that I'm not able to see in the cinema these days. But I understand the financial whys of it all.
Mm. Would you like to see Spiderhead in the cinema?
Sure. I mean, not if it was if it was day and date on Netflix, but I mean, it is mental that Joseph Kosinski has 2 films coming out in the space of like 3 weeks. But obviously, the situation is what the situation is. He is a great visual director.
Yeah.
This looks like it's maybe a bit like kind of like lower budget, but you say to me, Joseph Kosinski, would I like to see one of his films in the cinema? I would say yeah.
Because that's it. He's
with this one.
With this one, yeah. Because you're looking at it going, this looks super, like you say, low key.
It feels very shot in COVID times. What can we do? Because we're all bored and we want to do something, but we can't go to too many places.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to that era of filmmaking fucking off. And
yeah.
Like that bloody Jesse Plemons, Jason Segel one that Windfall,
something like that, yeah.
Which like people were just like, yeah, it kind of feels like they just made a film because they were bored, and like there has been that energy to a few films lately, and you kind of understand why. But say what you will about the ills of what was that Michael Bay produced one? Was it called Songbird?
Yes.
Yeah, say what you will about that. I don't know. It had a guy running about outside. I mean, actually, do you know what? A better example, Ambulance. Mm. Obviously, like, Bay had a budget, but also conspicuous lack of people walking about in that film. Like, that was made in COVID times, and Bay almost going, like, right, it's fucking playtime, the streets are ours.
Yeah. Can I close this street down? Yeah, why not? Brilliant.
Yeah, exactly. A car hasn't driven down here in the last week and a half, mate. Go ahead. How many drones have you got? 1,200. Cool. I'm looking forward to watching Ambulance again, I tell you what.
I very much am, yeah.
Yeah, man. But, I mean, so, yeah, this just looks COVID-y.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's that's it. It looks. You're looking at it going, oh, yeah. There are 8 people made that movie.
Yeah.
I'm half expecting one of the actresses to come back out in like a blonde wig that's slightly askew at one side, and just they hope nobody notices.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. But I don't know. I mean, like, the concept of it looks interesting enough. I like it when Chris Hemsworth plays smart.
Yeah, and he does like that quirky, charming bit that he can do.
Yeah. Miles Teller. I mean, it's cool that Kosinski's using him again. So obviously they got along, which isn't always the case with Miles Teller. So we'll see there. Yeah, I don't know.
That's it. It's just under 2 hours long. I'm all right with that.
Fine. Comes out like maybe the week before Hustle.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's looking forward to that. I think that's going to slap.
I haven't watched the 3,000 Years of Longing trailer. Have you?
You haven't?
I haven't watched it, no.
All right.
I don't know whether I can.
Do it now. Do a live commentary while you watch it. Go
I'll
on.
do a live commentary. I'll just turn that down a little bit. So it's not there, because that's an advert for a Google Pixel, because YouTube really wants me to buy a Google Pixel, it would appear.
Massive Android fan, yeah.
Right. I keep forgetting this is George Miller. Let's have a look what's going on here. She's liking using that voice at the moment, isn't she?
Yeah,
Tilda
she
Swinton.
is.
It's an accent that she's using a lot. Ooh, fucking hell. Is that fucking Genie?
Oh, yeah.
See, I know nothing about this. Idris Elba plays a genie.
Yeah, I just realised you don't know what this film is about.
Alright, yeah. I'm digging this so far. I mean, it's George Miller, though, isn't it? So... This looks expensive. Is this one where I've seen like quite a lot of people reviewing it, talking about the fact that it looks like he's stolen ideas from loads of different people? And it's like, no, have you ever thought that maybe those people have just been inspired by him for the past fucking 30 years?
Yeah, there's a chance of it, though.
Do you know what this looks a bit like? The movies that Terry Gilliam wishes he could still make.
That's absolutely spot on.
I'm up for George Miller having like 3 or 4 movies out in the next couple of years that are just going to be fucking barnstormers. Yeah, fuck it, I'll watch that.
So, apparently, like, based off the reviews, it's not quite the film that's advertising.
It's not quite as mad as that.
A lot of it is them talking in a hotel room in bathrobes.
Yeah, I'm still alright with that.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm also alright with that. The idea of Idris Elba as a genie and Tilda Swinton as some just repressed woman having conversations in nice bathrobes with the occasional, okay, here's a fucking flashback story about my mad shit as a genie. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
I can see why people have compared it to Tarzan's The Fall.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm actually quite alright with that.
Yeah, it looks alright. It comes out in the US like right at the end of August, so we'll see when it pops up over here. I hope they don't like be dicks and go, oh, we're gonna delay it so we can have a premiere at LFF. It's, you know, like, no, just fucking. Actually, to be saying that, to be fair, I'm actually going to be in the US like 2 weeks after this comes out. So, sorry, that's really fucking selfish of me, but I might just see it then and fuck y'all.
I would not blame you.
Yeah. Even though I'm going to Florida, which isn't a state known for its avant-garde cinema. So,
what else have you caught, man? With the exception of the biggie.
I think maybe nothing.
I think I've run out of them now.
Okay, so I kind of feel like reserving a Bex slot for this is actually really appropriate anyway. So, like, let's talk and then we can just let her go off.
Yep.
So, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. I was fucking fuming when I woke up the other day and it was like, oh shit, the trailer leaked online overnight, but now it's been deleted.
Yep. I didn't watch it just in case it was like the not trailer, if that makes sense.
Sure. Right, so, after I watched this trailer twice, I then watched the Fallout trailer. The Fallout trailer is genuinely one of the great trailers.
Yes.
This is a very, very, very good trailer.
Yes.
Very much helped by Henry Czerny just being apparently really fucking evil. I love it that it's like every single one of these fucking films is the IMF is dodgy, and then Tom Cruise has to prove they're not dodgy, or he's disavowed and he has to get back in their good books. If this is basically the IMF is now a corrupt fucking organisation and Tom Cruise has got to go like truly like on his own or something, that would be fucking amazing. Like if it's like gonna be the IMF is in league with the bad guys, or the IMF are the bad guys.
Yeah, it basically the IMF have been the syndicate all along.
Oh shit! That.
And he's essentially the big bad that he's been chasing is actually himself.
Oh fuck!
But he just doesn't. He just never knew it.
It could be that.
It could be that. And the thing is, these motherfuckers could write that.
And it like knowing that these are the last two Cruise ones.
Yep.
Why not? Let's do that.
What? An interesting comment I saw from Christopher McQuarrie the other day was he basically said what he wanted to do was we wanted to take the energy of the last 20 minutes of Fallout and just make it a 2.5 hour movie. He said, so we did that. We wrote it in a completely different way. I mean, that's how they did was with with Fallout was they picked the location and then McQuarrie wrote how they could get to it with a helicopter.
That's why Cruise likes working with him so much, because they're just like, right, let's think of the mad shit and then we'll write around that.
Yeah,
which
and apparently
no other fucker's gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember where I saw it, but I'm fairly certain that when they're doing the zero gravity thing in the aeroplane for it in Fallout, when they're doing the sky jumps in Fallout, there apparently McQuarrie was like, I don't need to keep going up in the plane to do the skydives, so I'm just going to write the end of the movie. He went up and did the first one, and then was like, set it, told them what he wanted and everything like that with Cruise, and then went, I don't need to get up here anymore, but this is going to take like 3 days to get this one bit down. So what I'm going to do is just write the end of the fucking movie.
But I mean, it's fascinating though, isn't it? Because it's like you've heard of all these like big films in the past where like they shot before they had a script in place, and then it turned out to be shit. But this is just how they do.
Yeah, it's just a different. And it's the way they write it. And
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it feels like Cruise and McQuarrie have just got magic going together.
Yeah, it very much is. McQuarrie is going, do you know what? We can. They have both. It's the trust thing in each other that this will work.
You just. I don't know. There is a bit of a sliding doors moment of like, what if they never worked together on Valkyrie?
Yeah.
Like, what would have happened to both of their careers? You know, I mean, honestly, You know, because like Valkyrie came at a point where Cruise had been handed the keys to United Artists. That fucking mad couple of years where Tom Cruise was in charge of United Artists, and then, you know, like with Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, it was like, right, we're grooming Jeremy Renner to be the new you. And then they just go off in that completely different direction. They do Jack Reacher together. That's a solid little hit. And then Cruise is like, right, fuck it. Don't ghostwrite shit. Direct for me.
Yep.
And then Rogue Nation just absolutely, like, continue. Where Ghost Protocol lit the fuse, Rogue Nation just goes off. Oh. Man. Like, how different would their careers have been?
It just would have been, yeah. And the thing is, these movies now, you're watching them going, you just can't, you just, again, have this trust that it's just going to be really fucking good.
Yeah, straight up. I saw someone on Twitter earlier on saying that, like, they kind of thought that it was almost like it was a montage of the previous films, not new footage at the start. And I kind of got that. Like, it is a similar look, and it you know, like the kind of like the nightclubby stuff. It was like, right, we're going to do another nightclub scene, are we? I get that, but at the same time, if it turns out to be like even half as good as any of that shit in Fallout, then I'm here for it.
Yep. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I just fucking I just want it now, and it's like a year away.
Yeah, it's like 14 months away.
But it's something that they are literally using the Top Gun kind of focus that Cruise has got now to start essentially doing the marketing for a movie that's out in a year's time.
I don't know, it makes perfect sense because it kind of seems like Top Gun Maverick is going to be a film that's going to open really well, but it's going to have legs like a motherfucker.
Yes.
That's the vibe I'm getting from Maverick. And yeah, it's exciting. This is the thing, man. It's just like all of this stuff like can really be in full swing, and then trailers like this, it is just like, right, we are not that we're through COVID overall, but films are
I think seems like it's coming back.
Yeah. You know, and it's oh god, it's heartening. It's really heartening. So yeah, fantastic. Right, at this point, I'm gonna go for a wee.
Cool, me too.
Sweet. Good day, boss. Okay, back in the room?
Back in the room.
Back in the room. Okay. So, Beck's not back yet?
No, she's back imminently.
Okay. Which one do you think she'd have more input on? I'm kind of assuming Firestarter, but...
Yeah, I'd probably say Firestarter.
Okay, cool. That's... Okay, so we're back. Bex will be back shortly. Mark just chuckled about something, which has...
Just when we're about to review Chip'N'Dale Rescue Rangers.
Yeah, no, I mean, isn't it, though? So... Chip'N'Dale Rescue Rangers is directed by Akiva Schaffer and stars the voices of the fucking Andy Samberg, John Mulaney, J.K. Simmons, Tim Robinson as Ugly Sonic, and just fucking incredible, and others. So, Chip'N'Dale Rescue Rangers takes the position that Chip and Dale were two real life cartoon characters who made a show, and then they split up and the show got cancelled. And years later, they're reunited when their old friend Monterey Jack, voiced by Eric Bana, has got a cheese addiction and owes too much money to what's his name? It's not
Sweet
Stinky
Pete.
Pete.
Sweet
Pete. And then he goes missing. So yeah, Chip'N'Dale Rescue Rangers. I thought so. It's not actually a Lonely Island film. It's directed by Schaefer, and Sandberg is one of the lead voices, but it's not like written by them and John Matacone. John Matacone doesn't have a kind of production credit on the film.
Nope.
So it is very much inflected with that vibe, but it's not actually one of their films. It's an odd beast. Mark, Chip'N'Dale Rescue Rangers, your thoughts?
I mean, it's clearly somebody had an idea and then pitched it, and then somebody said yeah, and they went, oh shit, kind of got to make it now. I like the fact that everybody seems really kind of like on board with it and really into the idea of it. And there's just we're going to throw as much of this as possible at the screen, and then just see how much of it fucking sticks and how much of it lands. And then the bits that we think land, we will wring those fucking jokes out like a motherfucker. But it kind of works. You know, the Seth Rogen character, the uncanny valley. Like, when they say that Sweet Pete runs the valley, and they get there, and it's the uncanny valley. It's kind of genius.
I suppose I kind of want and don't want a non-family audience version of this, where I don't know. Even actually, no, I don't think I do, because I think it's enough that you say the flying bug and Gidget in it hooked up, and you don't really explain how that works, and you don't have to get graphic with it. Do you know what? That is probably enough. But
That's the thing. I think had they gone for a version where they could have a 15, I don't think it would have had the charm that this has. And this
you're
needs
right.
the charm. If it was just a little bit, then that would be... People would be able to go, you fucking killed my childhood, about it.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's... The thing is, I don't know, there's just something that's just pulling me back from going, holy shit, this is one of the surprises of the year. And I'm not entirely sure what it is, because I think all the parts of it work. don't know. As stupid as it sounds, go on.
Can I posit something that is an oddity with this that I don't think I've ever really said this, and it's nothing against the guy, but I don't think that John Mulaney's voice acting is very good in this. Which I never thought I'd actually pick up on something, but it didn't feel right. It felt like somebody's talking.
He's very do that voice you do, which is kind of your voice but not, and read the lines.
Yeah.
But isn't that the joke, though, that it's not supposed to sound like a voice?
Hey.
Because they've got the chipmunk voices in the cartoon that they put on. They make a point of that. They're supposed to just sound like guys.
But he sounded a little bit off. It didn't sound right. Almost like audibly it was out of sync. It wasn't, but it felt like it should be.
I think it's literally because it is also aimed at kids, which maybe does take, like, the plot is very, very simplistic, like, at its heart. There's a lot of good material around it, but at its heart. But then again, it's like, if I was an 8-year-old, the cop being a bad guy would probably fucking stunning. It'd be stunning. So it's like the parts of it that don't work for me, I think I'm okay with it, because do you know what? It's not necessarily all for me. Just because it's got pop culture references all over the place, it doesn't make it Deadpool. And that's okay.
Yeah.
So it's like...
we don't need another sausage party or another... What's that one? Good time.
Oh, the Happy Time Murders.
Yeah, that's it.
I really like the Happy Time Murders.
Yeah, I know, but we've got that. We've got stuff aimed at us as adults. This is a family film. But
it's like... I've given plenty of family films 5 stars, and I'm not doing that for this. Even though I feel like there are parts of it, I like the IP merging of different studios. Like, it is very Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I mean, the whole thing is, but that being able to get
as well.
That yes. Sorry.
Roger Rabbit.
Roger Rabbit. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, Batman versus E.T. Those are 2 completely different studios that Disney actually don't have their hooks in, and that's here, which is really impressive. And to be honest, I think like Andy Samberg and Akiva Schaffer and co have probably got a lot of friends in a lot of places. So I could see them having that stuff work. Bex, what did you think of it, dude?
I really, really enjoyed it. I was super dubious about it. But yeah, I think that the things that I was a bit dubious about, they made jokes of, like it was meant to be something that like the CG chip.
Yeah.
Like, and he got the CG surgery. It's just funny. It's really. I think it works on a couple of layers in that you could watch it as a kid and it's just like this movie about this thing, but there's a lot of clever stuff in there as well.
The whole prime plot point is that they're that they're kidnapping them to bootleg them.
Yeah.
It's just a really good idea.
See, but that's it. For kids, that won't make any sense necessarily, but it won't bother them because they're just kidnapping them.
Yeah.
So they don't have to have a handle on the
Return of Jafar.
Yeah, exactly. But I just think it's really clever, and it's a lot sweeter than I expected it to be as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a really good Sunday morning watch.
That's it. It's prime.
French
It's
toast.
prime kind of like Sunday morning watching.
Yeah.
Fodder.
It's weekend morning cartoons.
Yeah.
It's what Chip'N'Dale was, and it's what this film should be.
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
Yeah, oh no, absolutely. I mean, I just like some of the audacity of some of the things that they pull off here. Like Ugly Sonic is
That's fucking brilliant.
incredible that they managed to do that.
Yeah, having the sheer balls to go for it. But the constant of every time anybody news near him, the focus is just on his human teeth.
I really, really hope the poor fuckers who came up with that character design in the first place are okay with this. Because it is pretty savage. Even I kind of suppose there's probably a world where Paramount were just like, yeah, give us X $million for it, do what you want, and we can just like try and offset that against how much he actually cost.
Yeah. You can start whatever it was that it took us to do it, and there you go. You've got that property.
Yeah, that goes directly in the ugly Sonic Monzo pot that they're saving up for to pay it off. And he's got a bigger role than you'd ever think he does as well. Like the fact he comes back like not once but twice. And that fucking the payoff where it's like, oh shit, he does now have friends in the FBI.
Yeah, he has got his own show. I think that's it. I think
they should embrace it and make an Ugly Sonic cartoon.
I think when the film it works, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's just, there's a few bits where it's not that it doesn't work, it's just that it's not quite as singing as loud.
Yeah, it does, and I remember feeling like that at a couple of points, but I can't remember any of them.
No.
I mean, I think the girl who's helping them, and the whole kind of like, oh, is she dodgy?
Yeah.
Oh no, well she can't be. But is she? Oh, but she can't be. But again, for kids, I bet that is like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder what is going on there. So again, I can forgive it. I suppose for all the really, really clever pop culture stuff, it's just like the story itself is not as razor sharp as everything around it. I think is what I'm getting at. Sorry.
Yeah, I feel like if the story was more complex, though, A, you're going to lose kids, and B, you're going to lose room for those bits that are super fun for us as grown-ups to go, oh, that's a good reference, that's a good reference. That's you can't have that and a complex story.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. It just in my head, I think to something like Rango, where it's like, okay, so we're doing Chinatown. What the fuck? And it's but again for kids, I bet that was boring as shit.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, Rango's quite boring, even as an adult.
Oh, I like Rango. That's the thing. I like Rango. Rango's yeah. So that's the thing. I'm asking for this film to be something that I know it can't be. And I'm 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Don't get me wrong. It was just like, in the couple of days leading up to it, I was like, fuck me, what if this is like secretly one of the best films of the year? And it wasn't quite that. And that's, I don't know, man. I mean, that's, me saying like, what is if this is the greatest burger in the world, then I eat a really good burger.
That's it. It's like, it's not the greatest burger in the world, but it's a damn good burger.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was in my top 10.
Wouldn't you?
No. And if it's not, it would definitely be top 15. I mean, easily so far it's in our top 10.
Oh, well, good.
With our end of year rules being as they are, this is definitely primed for surprise of the year.
Yeah, that's a good shout, actually.
Yeah, I think I'm there. Cool. Okay. Any more to say on Chip'N'Dale Rescue Rangers?
No, I think we've covered that.
All right. Definitely not shit.
Definitely not shit. Yeah, yeah. Lot of fun. Yeah, could see myself watching it again for sure. Our audience poll: Definitely not shit, 67%. Touching cloth, 11%. And shit, 22%.
It's harsh, but fair enough.
Yeah.
Right.
It seems to have been really divisive, though. A lot of people seem to be very angry that this exists. On Twitter.
Really?
I genuinely saw somebody put out on Twitter, I don't know who it was.
Was it a killed my childhood comment?
Yeah, and it was like, well, this has just wrecked my childhood. And it's like, and I thought, how built on Chip'N'Dale Rescue Rangers was your childhood?
To be fair, I fucking loved Chip'N'Dale Rescue
I love
Rangers.
Chip'N'Dale Rescue Rangers, but I don't think my entire fucking childhood, the fabric of my childhood was built around it. If it was, right, that movie is not your biggest problem.
No. Oh, I used to fucking love Gadget, or whatever she's called. The little mousy lady.
Yeah, me too.
She's fucking a fly now.
Yeah,
she is fucking a fly. She's got, like, fly mouse babies. Weird is that?
It's weird.
His voice made me laugh.
I liked how they kind of set that up earlier on, where it was like the rap party, and he's just whispering in her ear, and it's like, and I was like, what the fuck was that about? And it's like, oh shit.
Later on, we see it, you're like, oh, I don't know whether is that weird? It feels weird.
Oh man. Right, so Bex, Mark and I discussed something before you came home, which we need you to do now.
Okay.
You need to live commentary the new Mission Impossible trailer.
Oh, I've already watched it.
Fuck.
Sorry.
What do you think of it? The space is yours. Mark and I said our piece, so go off.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks fucking great, doesn't it? It's a Mission Impossible movie, and they've just got more and more twisty and dark and fucking like morally ambiguous as they've gone on, and I fucking love it. It's like if you watched the first one and then you watched, say, the most recent one, you'd be like, how are these films part of the same series? But then if you watch them continuously, you can see him getting there. You can see him getting more and more sullied by the things that he deals with and the people that betray him and let him down and stuff like that. And it's just fucking great. I think it's fascinating, the evolution of this series. I really do. This looks ace. And it looks like it's got that, but it's also got loads of bombastic shit as well.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that he's spending one-on-one time with a lady that's not Rebecca Ferguson, though. That needs to just not be a thing. Fucking Peggy Carter can get to fuck. Although she looks better in this trailer than she looks in, what's it?
Yeah.
Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah. She's got some water retention issues going on for the filming of that movie.
Fucking hell.
But she looks alright in this, but she can still get to fuck because Rebecca Ferguson.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's her face is back?
Vanessa Kirby.
Yeah. She's got to be some kind of magical being, hasn't she? She just doesn't look like a real human. She looks like some kind of magic creature's disguise as a human.
Is she the first real life mermaid?
Maybe, yeah.
She's a siren.
Oh yes, or like a fairy, but like fairies are
A horny
actually
fairy.
in mythology where they're kind of fucking shitty.
Yeah, dicks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, the fairy universe has gone, fuck it, send somebody down there to fuck shit up.
Yeah. Maybe she's a load of fairies in a Vanessa Kirby costume.
Yeah, you just made it weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
That made it weird.
Yeah.
It was sexy until it was that.
Maybe she's just Tinkerbelled and she's made herself human size.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Go back to that.
Anyway, Mission Impossible looks great. Can't wait. Can't fucking wait. I might actually take a day off work for that and go to see it, like during the day. Make a day of it.
Go and see it early enough that you can double bill it.
Maybe.
You're gonna need to IMAX that shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I don't say that for much because I really resent paying extra for IMAX when I pay membership. But yeah.
There's occasional ones you kind of got to go.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Like Dune was a whole different experience on like the big screen than it would have been on a big screen.
Yeah.
Are you IMAXing Maverick?
Yes, we are indeed, aren't we?
Sure.
What?
Yeah, we can do. Yeah. I don't feel like that. have the same kind of. It doesn't need to be on IMAX for me. That one, but I'm happy to see it on IMAX.
I think it needs to be on IMAX.
I'm feeling it might need it.
Yeah.
Fucking,
I reckon for sure it needs it.
I'm really looking forward to those head-on cockpit shots where you just see shitloads of sky behind them.
I'm looking forward to seeing just a close-up of a face, just fucking massive.
Yeah,
I'm really psyched for Maverick. Actually, I'm really the sort of the little featurette thing that we saw.
Yeah.
Normally, I would avoid that like the plague because you don't want to see too much before you see the film, do you? But that's made me really like, oh, this looks fucking great.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that.
Hell yeah. All right, cool, good stuff. Actually, back to one last question though. I rewatched the Fallout trailer after watching this trailer, and I think the Fallout trailer is, as you've been banging the drum for years now, is one of the great trailers.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's possibly the best trailer I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's
the thing, you watch it now and you get it, but my question leading on from it was like what percentage Fallout was this trailer?
I'd say maybe 80% Fallout. It's not.
Yeah.
The thing is, with the Fallout trailer, the music works really well with it as well, and that makes the trailer. Because I saw another one with different music when I was looking for that one, because I rewatched it like on a weekly basis in the run up to the movie coming out. And I YouTube Googled it and searched. That's the word I was searching for.
Did you just say YouTube Googled it?
Yeah.
That's pretty great. Yeah.
Anyway.
Right, like, Becky, I literally, a marketing exec at Google has just got his fucking wings because you said that.
Anyway. So I searched it and I picked the wrong one and I listened to it, I had different music over it, and it was like, this isn't anywhere near as exciting.
No.
And then found the right one.
Be honest,
Watch Cavill do his arm reload.
How many times have you watched that trailer?
They are just
since the movie.
Oh, loads.
You watch it like,
I revisit it all the time.
You watch it like a lot, don't
It's
you?
a masterpiece, is that trailer.
It's the arm reloading, the fact they actually put in a boom boom, as he's doing it as well, which I wish was in the film.
It's so it's such a powerful trailer. You could have not watched any Mission Impossible movies and watch that trailer and want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it ends with that bit where he's about to fly into that fucking lorry, and then they don't even have that in the film. And there's not. The thing is, you watch the film.
Going off the side of a cliff, doesn't it?
On a bike.
On a bike, yeah.
Imagine if.
Go on.
Sorry.
No, go on.
No, it just. Could you imagine if they put that in the trailer and it's not in the film?
Yeah. Do we think he actually rode a motorbike on the
Yes.
side of a cliff? Because this is Tom Cruise.
It's fucking Tom Cruise.
You know 100% he did. And you know 100% if that's not actually even his character, he still had a fucking go.
Yeah.
It's Simon Pegg's character doing it. He's just like, fuck it, I'll have a crack.
Oh, dear.
Oh, great. Great stuff. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, 80% of a Fallout sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dearie me. Good times. Right, let's do some what we've been watching. Who wants to start, guys?
You've been doing a lot of reading this week, haven't you? So you've not actually watched that much. Is that correct, Rebecca?
I've watched nothing on my own.
Right. Do you want me to do my on my own?
I have read all of Odd Thomas and about a third of the second Odd Thomas book.
Is he still on?
It's still called Odd, yeah.
Yeah. He's called Thomas, isn't he?
It's called Odd.
So I rewatched State of Play. Because I was just kind of looking for. Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Well, the thing is, I was looking for something to watch. So basically, we're trying to carpool as much as possible, aren't we? Then.
Yeah.
But sometimes that means that I will literally get to work 2.5 hours before I start work. So what I'll do is I'll go upstairs, I'll grab breakfast, and I'll watch a film on my iPad. But I didn't have anything loaded on my iPad, so I would literally very quickly went onto Netflix before we set off and just went, that, and downloaded like a couple of movies down to my iPad, so I'd have them there to watch and I wouldn't have to rely on the spotty Wi-Fi. And one of them was State of Play, because I remember liking it, but I don't remember anything about it. So I thought, fuck it, that seems like the sort of film I can quite easily watch on my iPad whilst having breakfast before work. I really enjoyed my rewatch of State of Play.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's Russell Crowe being really quite charming and playful, but not quite in like a nice guy's way. But you know, it still managed to have some teeth to it. And I mean, the only bit that made me kind of sort of tilt my head and go, really, is that they pitch Russell Crowe and Ben Affleck as they used to be roommates in college. But as you're watching it, you're going, but he's clearly 10 years older than you.
Yeah, that's an odd one.
Yep.
Yeah. And then the point that his wife is played by Robin Wright. And then you're watching that going, but she's clearly 10 years older than you. Which is fine. But it's like...
They try to pitch them all as being around the same
Yeah, they're all trying to pitch them around being the same age. And it's like now, if you put Ben Affleck and Russell Crowe in a movie, I think you could pitch them as around the same age.
Ben Affleck has let himself go.
But this was 2009 Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
When he still looked, you know... Young. So it did... That was a little bit strange. But yeah, the whole... like, aspect of it being... you've got, like, Russell Crowe as the investigative journalist angle of it, who gets a story and then gets wind of that there might be a story that's involving Ben Affleck, who is a congressman, and his friend. But the person who's got that story is Rachel McAdams, who writes a blog for The Globe. And there's that little snippiness between the, you know...
Print journalists.
Yeah, the essentially like the print journalist and the online journalist. And that kind of runs through it, but is actually kind of quite well kind of dealt with.
Print lost.
In it, yeah. There's a lot of hold the presses to it, which almost feels a little bit like maybe that was more of a thing, you know, 10 years before this. But I had a good enough time with it. It's got a twisty enough kind of story to it. And it made me go, Russell Crowe is really fucking good. Like, when he's engaged with something and it's his pace, he's really fucking good. Which then led me to go and watch Body of Lies, which I don't think I've seen since the cinema.
I mean, you are absolutely fucking smashing it this week.
Yeah. I said I need to start watching better movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
just to say, it's the fact that a lot of the time I'm laughing at some of the like the random shit that you watch, which feels of a certain quality. So for you to say, I mean, you are the only person. I mean, you are the only fucking person who has watched State of Play more than once. And I mean, there are many films that we can apply that to for yourself, dude. But State of Play is like, but it's classy.
Yeah, that's it.
You're a classy guy, aren't you?
I am a classy guy.
Yeah.
There's no boobs in it.
No boobs at all.
No boobs. Well, there was boobs, but they were shirted for some reason.
Just rude.
I know. It was odd. So, it was quite strange.
Sorry, Body of Lies, the 30th film Ridley Scott made that week.
That's it. The thing is, Body of Lies feels like it should have been a Tony Scott movie, but it isn't. It's a Ridley Scott movie. So Leonardo DiCaprio and Russell Crowe are in it. And the thing is, I actually really enjoyed my rewatch of Body of Lies. It's a good story. It's a really fucking well-made movie. Of course it is. It's Ridley Scott. Russell Crowe and DiCaprio have a fucking great patter to them. And it was that kind of era of DiCaprio where he was getting back to being the DiCaprio we have now. After having, like, a little bit of a weird kind of 20s, late 20s, early 30s. Where he didn't make anything bad, but it's just he didn't make anything that kind of punched too much.
Yeah.
And this kind of started the wheel, this and Blood Diamond kind of started the wheels rolling again for him.
Oh, Blood Diamond's great.
And it's not as good as Blood Diamond, but then, like, it starts off where he's in Iraq, and he's got, he's working with somebody who is with him as an agent who is sort of turned from the other side. And the guy who's driving, you look at somebody and going, right, who the fuck is that? Because that's somebody, but who the fuck is it? And then it clicks, it's like, holy shit, it's Oscar Isaac.
Oh, really?
Nice.
And he's in it for like a good chunk of the first half of the movie. But it's almost weird that Oscar Isaac kind of arrived as and Oscar Isaac before we'd had any Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
But now we do have Oscar Isaac here. I found it. I found the one that was before the and Oscar Isaac.
Wow.
And then you've got Mark.
He was just huge suddenly,
Yeah.
wasn't he? Yeah.
He was with Oscar Isaac and Oscar Isaac really quickly. Mark Strong's in it, playing fucking. He plays like the head of the Jordanian Secret Service. But he's Mark Strong. He's from like Manchester.
That's weird.
But it's very good. It's very tense. All the acting's really good in it. However, there's one thing that you keep on focusing on. The fact that it's patently obvious that they're all wearing wigs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like the wig work isn't great in it.
Why not just let them have hair?
Well, Mark Strong doesn't have any, so they had to give him some.
Okay.
Quite why they had to give him some. He's not a real person. They could have just had him bald.
Yeah.
And it would have been
Fair
fine.
point.
DiCaprio has hair that isn't too dissimilar to the wigs that he's wearing. And I don't know what's going on with Russell Crowe. It's like Russell Crowe. They turned up and they went, we kind of want the inside of Russell Crowe, so do we still have any of those wigs? And someone's gone, yeah, we do actually. We've got loads. Russell keeps loads of his props. So he's got like a box of the insider wigs we can use. And Russell's going, I could get on board with that. There's an awful lot of Bluetooth headsetting in this movie as well.
Oh, God, they were a thing.
Yeah.
weren't they?
Hell yeah.
There's
So got
a
those
lot of that. Like, there's literally a moment where Russell Crowe is discussing like an operation that DiCaprio is literally on in Jordan as DiCaprio is going to this, and Russell Crowe's at like his kid's soccer game, his daughter's soccer game, and it's. You kind of watch it going, do you know what? This feels like kind of real. It feels like what it would be. And that feels very Ridley Scotty. And also, another thing, there's a lot of... Because the whole thing is that, that there's this Al-Qaeda kind of splinter cell that are setting off all these bombs around Europe. And what they do a really good job of is they make all the European places literally look like they could be Jordan, fucking Syria or Iraq, and it's an intentional thing, clearly, but it's like Amsterdam and Manchester and Turkey, but they make them not look like the fucking desert or anything like that, but they make it just go, do you know what? The fucking the back streets, of Manchester, if you frame it in this certain way, it ain't that fucking different.
Yeah.
And it's quite interesting. Another one that I quite enjoyed, my troll through like late noughties thrillers.
Did you know he was in Robin Hood as well?
Nice.
For Isaac?
Is he?
Yeah, with Russell Crowe.
So, right, well, I might get to that at some point. Russell Crowe's many voices in Robin Hood.
Yeah, he plays Prince John. Like,
Is he?
quite a big character within that mythology.
But we'll see.
Oh, Oscar Isaac. Yeah, he's like essentially the wrong'un of that film, if memory serves. Is it him and Leia Sadu?
Hang on.
See, I'm more interested again now. Mark Strong's in that as well. Yeah, Leia Sadu. Well, we might watch that at some point this week next.
Kate Blanchett. She'll be doing a voice.
Yep.
She's fucking... she's made Marion, isn't she?
Yes. I think... I think that's one of the few Ridley Scotts I've not seen yet.
Yeah, I've test screened that.
No.
Because you were in your I don't like Russell Crowe phase.
Also, it's... I don't really need a Cockney Robin Hood in my life either.
I think he's about 5 different languages. No, I have seen it actually. Because I counted the amount of accents he does. It's like 8 or 9. So many accents.
Nice.
So have you only got this, Becky?
Yes.
Right, well then you can introduce this.
No, this is like your baby.
So, Isabel watched High Fidelity, the TV series. And liked it, didn't she?
Yep.
So, we basically said, well, you know there's a film version of it. And at the time she's like, is there? I'm like, yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's fucking
So
brilliant.
what... Sorry. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what a teenager now makes of the 20 years old High Fidelity. 'Cause
Yeah.
fuck me. That film was my jam when I was her age.
And it's one of my top 15 movies of all time.
I think it helped her with relating to it that you're really into your vinyl. I
Yeah.
think it might be lost on the Spotify generation.
Yeah,
Sure.
That's it. I think because obviously the TV series, I think she could, in a future self looking towards the future, relate to the characters there.
Yeah.
But going back to this, it's like these characters are too much older than she is, and it's set 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But she actually quite enjoyed it, didn't she? She really enjoyed it.
Yeah, she preferred the ending and the fact that they got back together
Yeah.
to the ending of the TV series, which obviously, all spoilers all the time, is a bit bleak.
Yeah, it is quite bleak. She's like, it's a different structure. They introduce the fact that he's cheated on her really early, whereas that's not until like the last few episodes of High Fidelity. But she's like, she was saying, because we were talking about it the other day in the car on the way to on the way to work, and she was saying it's great the fact that that Cusack just plays him as an unmitigated prick who isn't aware he's a prick.
Yeah.
And even at the end, still isn't aware that he's a prick. And that he's this self-centered arsehole.
Yeah. I think one thing that's missing from the TV series as well is Jack Black's character doesn't get to sing. Can't remember what she's called in it.
No, but I get the feeling they were building that up
For
later on.
season 2,
Yeah,
It isn't going to happen.
yeah. But the fucking just the Jack Black moments in this are wonderful. When he chews out Rob for the sweater that he's wearing, Genuinely, what the fuck is with that sweater? That is a Cosby sweater. A
Cosby sweater!
May well be one of my favourite parts of any film ever.
Yeah.
His delivery of Cosby sweater.
He's fucking great in this. Like, when we watch the TV show, because it's impossible having seen both to not compare them. She really annoyed me to start off with.
But she's very good as it goes on.
Yeah, yeah.
She's very charming as it goes along.
Whereas he's like, you're a dick, but I'd probably be your mate and it'd be a great night out.
The Jack Black character in the TV series, Ian, is the Sandra Bullock's agent in Lost City.
Oh shit! Really?
It's her. Yeah.
Okay.
And so it makes it when she first comes into it.
She's trying too hard to do an impression of Jack Black.
She's trying too hard to do an impression of Jack Black, but then as the more it gets into it, it's actually really.
Yeah.
She finds a level, and she's a really sweet character in it.
Yeah.
Blew her mind when Lisa Bonet came on, didn't it? And we were like, so that. I think magnificent creature was the word we used to describe her. Is the Rob in the TV series mom? And I was like, what the fuck, really? Wait, yep.
Yeah, no, she really enjoyed it. Actually.
Yeah, I fucking it is a fantastic piece of work.
Yeah,
it still holds up, and I have seen it dozens of times.
Weirded her out that Joan Cusack was John Cusack's sister as well.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? Yeah.
Do you know what? I don't know whether Donna's ever watched High Fidelity. I need to check that.
Yeah, it's just fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
It's such, for me, it's such a warm hug of a movie, even though you're watching some of the people in it and you're relating to the arsehole way too much.
Yeah. Oh, she was very heavily invested in the other shop guy, I can't remember his name. And Darlene from Roseanne's little
Dick, yeah.
She was like, oh, look, they're at a party together at the end. It was so sweet.
Yeah. What have you been watching, bud?
Oh, fuck, I need to watch High Fidelity soon. By the way, that was lovely.
So I own High Fidelity on Apple, right? But it's also on Disney Plus, and on Disney Plus it's in 4K.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that film's never getting a fucking physical 4K release or anything. So,
Nope.
yeah, alright. Yeah. Fuck. Alright, nice one. So, I set Mark a challenge a couple weeks back.
Yep.
I was watching a film, which I didn't finish in time for last week, which basically doesn't exist. And Mark swears he's not looked to my letterbox.
I haven't.
Mark, what was the film?
Like I have. So it's a film that doesn't exist, or that people have just forgotten about. Is it the RoboCop remake?
No, but that's a very good guess.
I had two guesses. It was the RoboCop remake and the Equalizer remake. Equalizer sequel.
But also a very good guess.
Yeah. Go on, what is it?
Very good guess, but... Right, so... In 2010, the director of Ford versus Ferrari and Logan directed a film starring Cameron Diaz and Tom Cruise.
Night and Day.
Right, so...
Yeah, Paul Dano plays a Hall & Oates fan in it that's like a computer genius.
Yeah. Now, I told Noel separately what this film was, and Noel said, essentially, you're fucking kidding. That's a film that Mark watches all the time. To which I had the horrifying realisation that you two probably fuck while watching it.
Yep. I will say this. I'll send you... What is it? I own the extended cut.
No, what are you sending me? What? No, what?
I own the extended cut on iTunes.
Of course you fucking do. Of course you do. I mean, yeah, alright, that's perfect. Fine. All right, that's fine. That's perfect. Noel, you were right. Why would I doubt you? But anyone other than you two no diggity freaks. This is a film that does not exist. Right. This is right before Tom Cruise was really back on the upswing.
Yeah.
Cameron Diaz is like a couple films away from retiring. And James Mangold at the time was not doing an awful lot. But this is just before Tom Cruise was back on the upswing. It's just before James Mangold does The Wolverine and kind of revitalizes his career. And this is a film that would not be made today. Both in the fact that it's basically two movie stars being movie stars together and being kind of like, will they, won't they? But also in the fact that a recurring plot point of this film is Tom Cruise drugging Cameron Diaz and then her waking up, something crazy happening, going back to sleep. Waking up, something crazy happening, her going back to sleep. And then it's paid back, spoilers, at the end of the film, where Cameron Diaz does that to Tom Cruise. And it's just a bit like, and so that makes everything alright, does it? This is a film that I swear to God, if people remembered it existed, would get so much more shit. Yeah. And I'm not not necessarily saying like, do I agree or not with that? I think that they do try to balance it at the end, but it is weird how much comedy they try to play from that. It's real fucking weird. And then the rest of it is Tom Cruise is a mysterious guy and there's a hujima flip and Cameron Diaz gets pulled along into it against her will, like being drugged, and they go to locations and rather uninspiring action happens. But Cruise, Diaz are both movie stars. They have movie star chemistry and they work together. It is absolutely the definition of a minimum viable product.
Yep. Do you know what else is really weird? So, we just spoke about High Fidelity.
Afraid to ask.
And then we just spoke about Night and Day. Right?
Yeah.
They are 2 of the 4 films that Stephen Pink has produced.
The Hot Tub Time Machine boy.
Yep.
You just knew that from memory, didn't you?
I did a little bit, yeah.
Oh, you lovely man. Good for you. In other Tom Cruise news, I watched Top Gun. I don't have a massive affinity with Top Gun. I've maybe seen it once or twice previously. And a lot of people tweeting about Maverick have said, I don't like the first one, but this one's fucking amazing. The thing about Top Gun is, this story is almost piss-takingly simple. Tom Cruise is fucking charming. And he's cocky. And that cockiness is good. But when it's not good, it's really bad. But then he has to learn, don't be cocky, just be really good. The end.
Basically, it's back it up.
Yeah. But this film is such a fucking... I mean, I'm not saying anything that nobody doesn't know. But Tom Cruise is so fucking charismatic in this film that it is just like, yeah, fine. Take my breath away. It is kind of insane. Also, Tony Scott knows how to fucking stage those aerial combat scenes. And he knows how to make people look sweaty.
Yep.
It barrels along. Even though a good 20 minutes of it is him and Kelly McGillis intensely flirting, but not doing anything about it. Like, the film stops, and it's that. But Goose, his death works because Anthony Edwards is so fucking good in this film. Just absolutely the wingman.
Mm-hmm.
He is fantastic. Meg Ryan, when she pops up, she's so just like lovable that it is heartbreaking when Goose dies. But the I don't think it's necessarily a good film, but it is fucking effective. Is Top Gun. If Top Gun Maverick is effective and also a good film, let's fucking go. Also, Harold Faltermeyer's score is incredible.
Yeah.
And I am do you know what the music by credit is on Maverick?
Isn't it Hans Zimmer, Harold Faltermeyer, and somebody else, isn't it?
Lady Gaga.
That's it, yeah. And apparently they did work together.
Yeah, like the song that she did, the themes from that song are in the film.
Yeah, that's it. It's I'm fairly certain. Yeah, they genuinely they worked. They collaborated on it. Maybe not like completely together, but they made sure that it wasn't like, well, that's a Gaga piece. It had a flow to it.
Yeah. I just... Faltermeyer, Zimmer, and Gaga. Just fucking imagine if they're nominated for an Oscar, and it's those three.
Fucking hell.
And like, it's very exciting. Because, I mean, Gaga's already getting some real buzz for Best Original Song. I've not even heard that song yet. I'm trying to wait until Maverick.
I'm doing the same.
Like, yeah, because like apparently it's proper. This is very, very appropriate. So then, yes, let's go. So yeah, Top Gun. Yeah, it was good, and it sounded good in my on my new soundbar.
Nice.
A very, very quick PSA related to the Sonos Beam Gen 2 soundbar. Don't make the same mistake I did, folks. I'm a fucking idiot, and I am ashamed of myself. I wanted a soundbar that did Dolby Atmos, so I didn't have to have wires trailing all over the place. What I didn't know, until I looked it up after I got the soundbar, is that to have Atmos come out of that soundbar, you need a TV that can decode Atmos. So, the Apple TV outputs Atmos. The soundbar outputs Atmos. But the TV has to output Atmos because... And I've learnt things. Right? The Apple TV plugs into the TV. The soundbar also plugs into the TV through the ARC channel. ARC being audio return channel. So essentially, shit is going through the TV. So previously, when I've had a surround sound set up, the Apple TV would plug into the receiver, and then the receiver would plug into the TV. So all the audio would just be between like the Apple TV or the Blu-ray player, whatever, and the receiver. Now it goes through the TV and then comes back out the TV again. So if that TV is not compatible with the Atmos codec, your Sonos will not give you Atmos. So I have spent several £100s on a soundbar thinking it was going to output Atmos, and it doesn't because my TV isn't compatible.
So 2 questions.
Yeah.
Have you returned the soundbar, or are you getting a new TV?
The latter, but not yet.
Okay. And then question number 2.
Hmm.
What's Atmos?
Okay, so
We
follow
have
up to the
Atmos.
first question.
Do we?
We literally have Atmos. We watch things in Atmos. We watch Chip'N'Dale in Atmos.
What is it? I don't get involved in the settings.
Look, okay, I'll address both points. Great questions. In answer to the first question, I've already told Donna that with my bonus next year, I mean, I was having a chat with Mark recording, but how do I word this? I'm going to proposition that my bonus to my manager, that my bonus take into account the fact that I want a new TV. Because I think I'll deserve it. So I've already got my eye on a new TV. I've already told Donna part of next year's bonus is going on a TV. Like the rest of the money, I think we're probably going to go on holiday with it or something. But do me this solid, we're getting a new TV. So I'm going to get an OLED TV, and it's going to be compatible with Dolby Atmos. So Dolby Atmos is Dolby's new audio format, which outputs things in a way where it essentially fires upwards. So as well as a 5.1 speaker arrangement, the 5 channels are left front, centre front, right, surround left, and then the 0.1 is subwoofer. With Atmos, you add a 0.2 to the end, which is up left, up right. In a cinema, you have speakers. In an Atmos cinema, you have speakers in the ceiling that fire that down at you. So it can basically create like a 3D soundscape where the sound is not just left, right, centre, back, but also up. But at home, it essentially fires the sound up, and then it's supposed to essentially bounce off the wall. It's not as effective, but you don't have speakers in your fucking ceiling. So your TV
You could get
having
speakers
Atmos,
in your ceiling.
You could do. I can't because my wife would divorce me, but you two could.
We won't be doing that. I don't even know what Atmos
There you
is.
go.
I'm not
Exactly.
paying for speakers in my ceiling to gain it at home.
I just explained
No.
it.
All right. Until 30 seconds ago, I didn't know what Atmos was.
Okay.
So you think
So,
speakers
there
the ceiling
you go.
thing's
Basic-
an idea?
No, maybe in the cinema room.
Yeah, in the cinema room.
In the cinema room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
when Isabel leaves home, we're turning our room into a cinema room.
Well, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. In that case, yes.
Oh my god, we need to look for a sofa bed that looks like cinema seats.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. Need a red velvet sofa bed, basically.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm jealous. You're gonna put a No Diggity poster in there as well.
No, it won't go with the theme.
We'll
No.
find something else in equally inappropriate.
We need
Okay, cool.
popcorn machine.
We need a popcorn machine, yeah.
And I need to give Cooper a flashlight.
So these TVs. The question I have now though is these TVs are compatible with Atmos, but do the speakers inside actually do anything Atmos-y, or is it just if you then plug the TV into something that's Atmos compatible, that will then output some sort of form of Atmos? That I don't know.
Yeah, because I know our TV pumps out Atmos.
Bounces over
Yeah,
the walls.
yeah.
Okay.
And it is good.
yes, it's noticeably
that
different.
You do actually notice the difference, actually. That's all what is it about it, but you'd have noticed the difference before in things.
It's a very echoey, bouncy room, actually. It's probably really good in here.
But not anymore. We've got some more soft furnishings and some curtains.
So many soft furnishings.
Yes.
What I want to do, because I think Noel's TV is Atmos as well, when I come up in August, I want to bring the soundbar for the weekend and then plug it in and see if we can fucking detect anything.
I think we will. What?
You want to bring your soundbar on holiday with you?
Yep.
That's such a you thing to do.
I mean, it's an incredibly me thing to do.
But the thing is, there will be literally me, Ian, Jord, and Noel, probably a little bit drunk, with pizza going, yeah, I can definitely the fucking difference.
Yeah. But, so, the thing is, the soundbar now, and God, I know this is a really long tangent, but the soundbar now, it is way better than my fucking TV speakers. Like, Lottie said to me the other day, why does the sofa feel like it's vibrating?
Ah, nice.
And, that's... The dog is reacting to the TV way more than she ever used to. Like, something is fucking happening there. Like, the soundscape of it is a lot wider. Like, honestly, I am happy with it now.
You're going to be incredibly happy with it, yeah.
Like, yeah, that's exactly it. And it means that we don't have to have wires trailing around. Would I prefer to have a cinema set up with surround speakers all over the place? Like, yes, but also I love my wife very much. Yeah, there we go.
Whereas I can say to you, Becky, can't I? When I say I want to put speakers in the fucking ceiling in the cinema room, you will go. And if you turn and say no, I'll go. I'll just point the chair and go. What's that chair you got?
The giant chair.
Yeah.
I feel like that.
It's a good chair, mind.
It is beautiful. I feel like the speakers will probably cost more than the chair.
They will.
You're not cutting a hole in like the ceiling and putting them in. You can have them on like things.
Mark,
Yep.
I've straight up got a 5.1.2 speaker set in my loft that's not being used.
I mean, I could cut a hole in the ceiling.
You definitely could not cut a hole in the ceiling.
I could.
No, you can put little shelves up or something and put them up in the corner of the room.
I'll see. Maybe.
You're not cutting a hole.
Mark,
Yeah.
if you guys are coming here in November for the 10th anniversary,
Yep.
you can take these speakers and the subwoofer home with you and do with them what you will.
I will probably take you up on that because Isabel will moved
All
out
right.
by then.
There you go. They're taking up space in the attic. I'm not doing anything with them ever. So take them. You're welcome, Bex. Right.
Thanks, Ian.
So couple more for me. Jesus Christ. Right, time. Uncharted. I rewatched Uncharted. I really like Uncharted. I think Uncharted is good. It is fun.
I'm looking forward to rewatching that movie.
Yeah. Sounded good on the soundbar. Jackass 4.5. I watched Jackass 4.5 on my phone on Friday night while Donna was watching something. And then I went to bed thinking I was going to go to sleep and then watch the rest of Jackass 4.5. It is a very interesting mix of shit they just cut from the film, but also, hey, we did some test footage, we got the green light, we then worked a day, and then COVID happened. What the fuck do we do? So, there's, especially in the first half, there's some interesting shit about that.
Yeah.
And there is a fucking fantastic COVID protocol related stunt which they should have kept it, they should have put in the main film. I kind of understand why they didn't, because they don't want to talk about COVID, they want people to have fun.
Yeah.
But it's strong. And that's all I'll say.
I'll give it a go. I'll be giving it a go anyway.
It's,
'Cause I'm very much looking forward to it.
Also, there is incredible Dark Shark related content towards the end.
Nice.
Yeah. I really genuinely liked Jackass 4.5. It was very, very fun. Okay, so let's move on to the second review of the week. We purposely kept this from the start of the show because we wanted Bex's full thoughts on it. This is Firestarter, directed by Keith Thomas, starring Zefron and others. I'm going to get their names now. Kurtwood Smith's in it. Ryan, Kira Armstrong, Sydney Lemon, Michael Greyes, and Gloria Rubin. This film, truly a film that didn't need the with and the and, because, forgive me, but I don't think anyone knows who Michael Greyes or Gloria Rubin are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Firestarter, new adaptation of the Stephen King film. Trailer came out a couple months back. It was like, what the fuck's Zac Efron doing in this? And it's going to Peacock the same day. This is going to be good. Because we're now at that stage of the COVID outbreak where when a film goes day and date, you can actually go, well, this is going to be shit. Becky, what did you think of Firestarter?
I found it really disappointing, to be perfectly honest with you. I said to Mark after we watched it, it feels like an episode of something that you've missed the preceding episode of and have no option to watch the next episode of. It just feels really, really undercooked. Character development's not there. The story's not really there. It's got an unsatisfying resolution. It doesn't really introduce you to anything that's going on. It's really, really disappointed. I'm not going to sit here and say it's one of my favourite Stephen King books, but it is a solid story, and the Drew Barrymore movie is a solid movie, and it is better than this. And my thoughts on remakes is always, if you can add something or do something different that you think, do you know what that one was missing? X, Y, and Z, and put that in, absolutely go for it. Otherwise, why even bother? I watched it and I was just a bit underwhelmed, and then the more I think about it, the more kind of annoyed I am about it, because it could have been a really good movie. And the thing is, there's bits in it that look really good, but it's just the actual the workings of it are just not there. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair. Mark, your thoughts?
Yeah, it feels massively underwritten, in the sense that if you said to me there's like a 2 hours 10-minute version that has more of like the bits that are in the opening credits and actually builds around the idea of what it was like for them raising a baby with these abilities, then, you know, I would be like, all right, I'd like to see that version of the movie. But it's like they shot the Kurtwood Smith bit towards the end of production, and when he brought out the line of, imagine what it was like having to raise a baby that had these powers, and they went, shit, why didn't we do any of that? That's a really good idea. And then they just did it with a bit of a dream sequence flashback, maybe.
Yeah.
At the start. And that just felt a little bit... I was saying, you could easily have got that across how difficult it was, where in the first 5 minutes where you have an awful lot of Zac Efron shirtless, just had him having like a load of burn scars on him. Are you still there, Ian?
Yeah. Sorry, I was listening, but I went for a pee and thought I was doing it silently, but obviously not.
No, that's fine. So yeah, it just felt a little bit like I said.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt the flow. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. It just felt a little bit undercut, but I think Zefron's really good in it.
Yeah.
He's believable as a dad that is both concerned and burnt out.
I don't think anybody is bad in it. I think the kid's decent enough in it, and I think the
mum's a bit crap.
The mum's a bit crap, but then, you know, she dies, so it's fine. But the guy that's tracking him is decent enough in it.
You mean with Michael Grass?
Yeah. But they're just, nobody is given enough to do. It's so... I mean, how long is it?
97 minutes.
Yeah, it feels short because nothing happens, really. Like, I mean, a lot of isolated things. There's just no fucking... There's no depth to it. It's all just fucking surface.
There's no meat to the bone.
No, that's it. Yeah, it's you know the book, and I believe the Drew Barrymore movie, although it is a long time.
Drew Barrymore movie's crap, babe.
I really like the Drew Barrymore movie.
All right, don't rewatch it then.
Yeah, maybe not. But like, it spends a lot more time when like they're on the run from these people, and the book as well. They're in that facility a long time. It's not just he's there for 10 minutes and he calls out for her and she comes and gets him and then he dies. They're there a while with these people trying to like break them down.
Yeah.
There's just fucking nothing to this. It's insubstantial.
Yeah. I mean, it feels quite rushed, and like you said, Bex, it feels like a TV episode. I've seen other people say it's like a pilot.
Yeah.
And like for a TV show, and I get that. The thing is, I think by the time I got round to it, there were so many there were like no reviews of it before it came out. And then when they did, people were just like, it's shit. And I think I just had such lowered expectations that at the end, I was just like, do you know what? The cast were fine. I thought the kid was great.
Yeah, yeah, she's very good actually.
And it's got this 80s vibe throughout, like stylistically for sure, but also with the general sense of kind of hopelessness. Like I weirdly for me, I kind of vibed with the just like things are a bit fucked. It's like the cat bit, and then just like right now you got to finish that cat off, and just how okay, yeah, that does make sense, but how just like mean that is. And there are moments of violence in the film and kind of gore which were just like bloody hell, you know. And there's just this, it does feel of a piece with late 80s early 90s horror that kind of has a mean side to it, but is also, as you said, Bex, insubstantial. But I was kind of okay with that. I mean, like, to be clear, 3 out of 5. You know, like, I'm not saying it's like one of the surprises of the year or anything like that, but compared to what I thought it was going to be, I think my expectations have been set enough that I was just like, yeah, fine. The Carpenter and Son and Friend, like, absolutely rip it up with the score.
Yeah, the score's fucking great.
That massively helps. I just, you know, that ending where it's just like the guy who'd been against her for the whole fucking film picks her up and walks off on that beach into the darkness, then the credits roll. That just feels like a 80s, 90s sci-fi horror kind of like low budget thing. And I vibed with that. I mean, I will say, like, Keith Thomas, the director, he last directed The Vigil, which I was another like really low budget Blumhouse one, which I caught up with during like COVID times, and was atmospheric. I thought a very effective. Did you guys ever catch up with that?
Vigil, I'm sure we did, yeah. Let me just double check.
I've not seen
Might
it.
have reviewed the fucker. Oh, okay, maybe not then. It's
Yeah, I did.
It's a good claustrophobic, tense little horror, and I could see why Blum would go, you've got something here, let's try you on this. And it feels like a film out of time, but also one that feels too low production value to actually be a film.
Yeah, it's
like,
just not quite there, is it?
No. Despite everybody's best efforts, I think that's like, this is one where I don't think people were going into it thinking, "Oh, we're making shite here." It just didn't line up.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think it's one of those where everything was supposed to be a little bit better. It just, like you say, it just didn't quite land in the way it's supposed to.
I also think it's another example of, if COVID didn't happen, would the lead actor be in this film?
I think I'm fairly certain that that it was literally because they shot it near where he's got a house.
I mean, that's the old Blumhouse way of doing things, where Blum's just like, we shoot like where actors live, and it means that everybody can go home and see their family at night instead of having to stay in a hotel. That's one of the things that Blum used to say to his actors. It's just like, we're not going to pay you much, but you get points on the back end and you can sleep in your own bed. And it's like, fair enough, but it does really feel like, how the fuck did they get Zefron? Because he didn't have anything in his calendar for 2 months because of COVID.
Yeah, that's it. And he's an odd one. He's Zefron in the sense that he's very much kind of gone, I don't really want to do the movie star bit that much anymore because it's not good for me in various ways. He basically admitted that he has too addictive a personality, that it ends up causing him problems. So, like, he had his drink problem, his drug problem, and then when he got clean, he got addicted to working out and was like, it's horrible. And was like, it's ridiculous how he said the physicality that I had for Baywatch. You look and go, my God, look at him. He looks amazing. He's like, I was genuinely, that was uncomfortable. It was ill. It was not healthy in any way whatsoever. He's like, and I'm never doing it again.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope he gets a role that really goes, here we go.
Yeah,
I'd even take him in the MCU just to give him a bit of a boost at the moment.
I'd like to see him get a role where, do you know what? Randomly, I'd like to see him turn up in something like the next Paul Thomas Anderson film.
Oh, that'll do.
Where it's just, what I think goes, I can make this guy work. And it ends up being like a completely different fucking lease of life for him. Because if you watch that Netflix show that he did, he seems like just a genuinely lovely guy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. And it's very weird seeing him in this.
Yeah,
it's very odd.
Yes,
but he's not shit at all. He's fine. So yeah, me. To be honest, I like very, very mild, but definitely not shit.
I think I'm touching cloth with it,
Shit.
Totally fair.
but I give it a 3 out
Totally
of 5.
fair.
Our audience poll, definite shit 0%, touching cloth 30%, and shit 70%.
Yeah. All right. All right. Fine. So that is it for our reviews. Let's have some Twitter questions.
Well, I'm going to put out the question that I asked first. So I asked, it's Cannes 2022. So our question to you this week is, who would you have on your Cannes jury? So, Andrew Jones. I see what you've done here, Andrew. He'd have Adam Sandler, Kevin James, Rob Schneider, David Spade, Chris Rock, Salma Hayek, Maya Rudolph, Maria Bello, and Dennis Dugan.
I don't get it.
Nice.
It's the cast from Grown Ups and the director of Grown Ups.
Okay.
Craig Dawson says, S. Craig Zala, firstly because he would be voting for the most genre films at the festival. Secondly, he doesn't seem to engage in the same finger wagging that most of the industry does. And Rick Kidd says, Carpenter, Tarantino, Peele, Nolan, Gerwig, Miyazaki, Cameron, Ritchie, Herzog. They all make such different films, the conversations will be fascinating.
Yeah, that's a good one, that one.
Go on, who are you guys?
That's a
having?
very good one.
Oh, I don't know. I'll go with Rick's. Rick sounds good.
Rick sounds good.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Ian, who are you having?
Mike Myers, Dana Carvey, John Candy, Andy Samberg, Will Ferrell, Paul Rudd. I just want a bunch of funny people to watch Cannes films and treat them with both the respect that a lot of them will deserve and the disdain that a lot of them will deserve.
I also admire you picking somebody that's been dead for 20 years.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Bring him back. Bring him back.
I mean, I would like Craig Zala. The thing is, the answers we've had contain two of the people I would have chosen.
Go on.
Craig Zala and Adam Sandler would be a genuine one for me.
Yeah.
The guy fucking loves movies, has had a fascinating career, but wouldn't approach it with any kind of pretensions.
Fair enough.
You know, he would turn up as the Sandman.
He really would, though.
Yeah. And also throwing someone like random like Joseph Gordon-Levitt into that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think he'd be good in the sense that he'd lean into it like a motherfucker.
It's too nice, though.
Yeah, but I think he'd lean into it too much. He's too into whatever the thing is that he's working on.
He is very much that. He also looks fucking good in a suit, though.
It does. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. I'd also want Ryan Reynolds and Jake Gyllenhaal, but to bring the same energy that they did when they were doing the press for Life.
Oh, that
Yeah.
would do. Yeah. It's very specific, but I dig it.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be mine. What questions have we had? Let's find them. I need to find them. I'm going to fill by saying I need to find them whilst trying to find them. Ethan Barr says, favourite movie titles of all time. That's a fucking good
Deathbed, the bed that eats.
That's a fucking good one. That's a good one. My son, what have ye done? Stands
good.
out for me.
I like stupid ones. I like the names they give to like the stupid B movies, like the Sharknadoes. and stuff
Sharknado,
like that.
yeah. Puns.
Yeah, punny ones. Or the ones where Like, they use the number 4 because it's the 4th movie, but as 4.
Fair enough.
Like the Fast.
What about
to do quite funny? Go on.
What about Leonard Part 6?
Can I also throw in snakes on a plane?
Snakes on a plane is good. Yeah, like just really literal ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do love the names.
I don't know.
Some of these stupid fucking like mega shark versus nuclear octopus and stuff like that.
Ice Shark
Ice shark, yeah.
that we watched.
We did. It's good.
It wasn't.
I mean, Leonard Part 6 does star Bill Cosby, but it is pretty funny. I mean, like, IMDb synopsis for it is Special Agent Leonard Parker is called out of retirement to save the world from evil genius Medusa Johnson. And it's basically as if Bill Cosby had starred in 5 other films starring his character Leonard, but the first one that they actually made was Leonard Part 6. That's a pretty good joke.
I'd go for it.
Yeah, so would I. But I mean, like, you know, fair play. That's a pretty good joke.
Yeah, I'll go for that.
And Deathbed, the bed that eats. If you two haven't seen Deathbed,
I have seen it. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Fucking hell.
Oh dear.
Right, next question. Andrew Jones, you're tasked with an 80s or 70s retro IP to bring into the modern day. What one is it, and how do you do that? I've got one.
First one that came to my mind when I read the question, I got the notification through, was Adventures in Babysitting.
All right. Did they do like a sequel to that on Disney Plus?
Oh, well, fuck them then.
Have I imagined that? Or did they do a remake of it recently on Disney Plus?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Right, let's have a look. Disney Plus. Disney Plus. Enter on, what is it? By the way, mine is the raccoons, but it's doing a documentary style, right? Where a documentary crew go and try and find the raccoons for where they've all retired to.
That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing.
And it's like all the raccoons have kind of gone like into like have essentially become like recluses, and they've got to try and find them to get them back for a TV special that is like, you know, like the Friends reunion or anything like that, like a raccoons reunion.
Do you know, there's part of me that really wishes they'd like do like a new Raccoons either movie or TV series. But I think what it is I just want them to fucking put the raccoons on something.
Yep. Eventually babysitting.
Fucking knobheads.
But
better than that. That just looks like it's just fucking stage school kids.
I'm gonna watch that.
Of course you are.
Anything that's like a Raccoons remake, the entire score just needs to be made up of bits of Run With Us.
Yeah, just loads of different artists covering Run With Us, but like from wildly different genres.
Like The Long Goodbye, where throughout it's people singing the song The Long Goodbye, but in various different styles. Except with this, it's Run With Us.
Yeah. I mean,
but the thing, however, I don't think you would get better than the original. That's the problem.
No, you wouldn't. But that at the end, when they've finally got all the raccoons back together, there, and it's the special, and it's like literally the raccoons. The end of the movie is them just about to walk on stage, and then it's just the opening credits to the fucking raccoons.
Yeah.
Just on a fucking big screen with that fucking song going, and then it just ends.
And then there's a thing that says Raccoons original series dropping soon on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Oh shit! What was the song at the opening titles of the Raccoons was different from the closing credits though, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It was just like it was just a generic.
It's like an instrumental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that show so much.
I think it's all on YouTube.
Was it Noel who put the Run With Us music video in the boy chat a little while back?
I think it was me.
Oh, was it you? Yeah, it might have been actually. God, fucking hell, what a tune.
It's fucking
Christ.
great.
70s or 80s IP to bring into the modern day. I'll be honest. Honestly, before I said The Long Goodbye, I was actually like talking about The Long Goodbye with the song. I was actually thinking about that for this. I know it's not necessarily a 70s or 80s IP because it's like Marlowe, but I would like a modern day remake of The Long Goodbye starring Paul Rudd.
That would really work. Paul Rudd in a Long Goodbye remake directed by Paul Thomas Anderson.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
I mean, I want to do that gif of Leonardo DiCaprio biting down on his knuckles.
The thing is, you could see that working and happening so well.
Fucking roll.
It really would. It'd be so good.
Cool.
I think we have one more question actually. Yeah. Ricky, this week I got a ticket for a stage production of My Neighbour Totoro happening later this year. So, what film would you most like to see a stage production of, if any?
The Thing.
That'd be great.
My neighbour Totoro on stage, that'd be amazing.
Can I just have the Simpsons musical version of Planet of the Apes?
I hate every chimp I see from chimpanzee to chimpanzee. You'll never make a monkey out of me.
That's a fun.
Oh my god, I was wrong. It was all along. You finally made a monkey. Yes, we finally made a monkey. Oh, you finally made a monkey out of me. I love you, Dr. Zaius. Oh, fuck.
That's fucking genius, that was.
I just like the Dr. Zaius one, just Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius, oh, Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius. Sorry.
That's it for our questions.
That is maybe the best episode of The Simpsons ever, because it ends with that Kent Brockman talking about what Troy McClure is doing next. It's like the fantabulous adventures of Dr. Man, whatever it is. And all I can think of is Robert De Niro post Iron Man doing Doolittle is that. Just...
Yeah.
Oh, glorious. Okay, next week we got Top Gun Maverick.
Damn right we do.
Hell yeah, we do. So, we got to record Hollow Man, so I'm going to say goodbye and thank you, Mark.
Goodbye and thank you, Ian.
Goodbye and thank you, Becky.
Goodbye and thank you, Ian.
And listener, get the fuck out.